So, Fractal, shall we get them counted down?
Oh, yes, we shall.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris!
All right, so up at the top, we got Batfoy and Morelando. And Batfoy, we've already discussed, a veteran of the game, on the cusp of being considered one of the older generation along with us, which is funny.
See, I like to call, the term I like to use is neo-veteran.
Neo-veteran, I'm a fan of that. Yeah, Morelando also been playing forever. We played on the same Gauntlet team way back when, and those were the days, I tell you. Every match, we would all get into a big group call and just talk with each other while we were playing, and it was so much fun. Yeah. Morelando, I think, known for his fairly unhinged commentary. All right, you can check this out at the Boston tournaments. All right, stay tuned for announcements on that, by the way. And down at the bottom, we got Matt Martin versus Peter L., known online as Munis. All right, so they were partners for, I know, Relay, possibly Mind Meld as well. One of the two. But now they are mortal enemies. All right, on the battlefield.
Only one of them can advance.
Only one can advance.
It's been pretty non-dramatic level 18 to start here. It's been a couple of burns that have been forced up top for Morelando, but outside of that, all four players have been kind of very stable, and you can see that reflected in the scores as well. 130,000 for Morelando, 126 for Batfoy, 148,000 for Matt Martin, and 128,000 for Peter.
Matt Martin, of course, everybody's friends. Very active in the online spaces. I believe I might have to play him in an online tournament depending on certain things work out. I'm not sure how the bracket is. But he participates in everything, and he gets some really good scores.
I think he lost.
Yeah. He's winning right now. He is 2.6 Tetrises in the lead with pretty similar line count. In fact, it's very slightly in his favor as well. Yeah, Morelando also taking a bit of a lead. 1 Tetris over Batfoy. They're kind of in this weird, like, offset by 2 lines thing, so it's like a half Tetris.
Couple of misdrops over there from Morelando. Does get the Tetris, but because of the way that misdrop on the O pieces, burns will have to be committed.
Yeah.
But
has the potential for 2. Now it's going to be, like, 5, 6. Oh, really wanted. I think he was looking for the adjustment for that J piece, and now he's going to have to compromise.
Wow. That is rough.
Yeah, down at the bottom, Matt Martin kind of in a similar situation, but his hole was much more contained. There are holes, and there are bad holes, and there are good holes, and this was certainly... Do not.
She's so fun to watch.
337 for Matt Martin. Just under a 2.5 Tetris lead, or over a 2.5 Tetris lead. 261 for Morelando, 296 for Batfoy, taking advantage of Morelando's plight, and 280 for Peter. Both players down at the bottom walk into a drought here.
We're about to hit 30 pieces. And it was at 29 pieces that Matt got his, and it was at 29 pieces that Peter got his. Both doing it with Tetrises, both having really high stacks, which is the perfect situation. Droughts are kind of a trade-off between how high can your stack get so that you're more prepared to get future Tetrises, but also how high can you get before you top out.
30 Tetris over there from Morelando. Gonna help kind of stifle a little bit of Batfoy's advantage.
Yeah, and this is looking much more manageable. I like the Z piece, choosing to wait for something better to fill in the immediate down stack.
Nice. All right, just like that, Morelando is clean. Batfoy has taken just under a 100,000 point lead, and similar to Matt Martin as well. Matt Martin's also slightly ahead in lines. Matt Martin's one of the few players that you'll see play in the brackets today that actually still pushes down. It's not on every piece, but you definitely see it will occasionally happen.
Is that like 1 point in total?
Seems so.
people talk about the fabled 1-point decider game. And like I think there have been documented attempts of it, but they're all like chase downs, really early chase downs that like kind of go early, that are kind of like gained for it. I'm still waiting for the true situation. We can definitely get it someday.
It almost happened in Gauntlet back in whenever Jerpy played Ian, and they tied on kill screen, and Jerpy found one more line.
Wow, who had the pushdown point then?
No one.
Oh.
Because, you know, there's the online delay, so then they couldn't hear Kiwi telling them to push down. But they tied going into 29.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that is also wild when you think about the mathematics for that to happen when they also transitioned 100,000 points apart.
Yeah. Well, delay does not affect Matt Martin because he has already preemptively pushed down his points. And look at this transition, 560. That's really nice.
Definitely a statement transition. And 518 for Peter, so not too far behind. Just under 2 Tetrises,
and,
actually.
521 for Batfoy up top, 380 something for Morelando. He's going to be needing to make up some material on the faster speed.
Down by around 6 Tetrises, which, when you put that in perspective, that's almost 2 levels of, or just over 2 levels of straight scoring that Morelando has to do that Batfoy can't.
It's still like basically 5 Tetrises by this point.
It's going to be a difficult chase down. But something that is difficult is this board for Matt. Maybe a couple flat burns if the O piece makes it over. Didn't have enough dash. Matt tops out at 575. Peter needs 576. And the board is very low as well.
I think it was a quick tap that he did hit, but he didn't have any room for the next piece. And the only place it could go was like all the way at the edge. So Peter is going to burn this down. There we go. Nice and easy. No need to rush it. The stack is a little jagged. I'm not a big fan of it. Could be a bit nerve-wracking. Yeah, Peter is good. Morelando still looking to claw his way back. The lead has not changed in the slightest. I think actually that's slightly incorrect. It's gone down about 2/3 of a Tetris, but Batfoy able to get a Tetris here. Morelando not, and it has jumped up to what it was before. And Batfoy's playing so clean, so consistent. This is the best of 99.
That's the kind of Batfoy that you were scared to face in 2019.
Oh, but at the same time, this is a bit of an awkward situation now for both players. Morelando high up could not use the bar. Is going to stack up a little more, but the left is inaccessible. Can he get for the rights?
This is a Hail Mary. Needs something, can't get it. Morelando tops out at 501. Batfoy is good at 708.
Right, and Batfoy did such a good job to make it so that even if he was not able to survive his situation, he had such material on the board. 200,000 points in the last 50 lines. It's not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed at all. And that's a lot of pressure as well. Especially when you consider where we were at in the game. That's level 24.
Yeah. We got started right at the bottom. It is about as even as it can be. Every game starts that tied. It's to be expected.
Unless you push down the first piece.
Huh? Yeah, but before you push down.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
0-0. You see 0-0 on the board. Have you ever club zeroed?
I did. Best of 99, me versus Jeff, one of the games. I club zero because, I just didn't push down.
Oh.
But that was during the summer where I was playing Nerfed. My AC was out. And, Texas summers aren't necessarily the kindest.
Yeah.
I think the temperature in my room hovered anywhere from 96 to 102 degrees.
Wow. I'm a fellow Texan. I know what it's like. Here at the PRGE, we sometimes have the opposite problem. It gets very cold here. Sharky, I know, bought electric hand warmers.
Yes.
I might ask him to borrow them before our match.
You play at the same. We play at the same time? Yeah, because
we could.
Yeah, we're in group 3.
I don't know. I need to also not get knocked out by Robin, which that's not guaranteed.
You get one hand warmer and I get one.
Oh.
There we go.
No.
Dude, I was about to say we have both at the same time.
1 point separate.
Anyways, Batfoy hangs. And he misdrops again. Can he get a L over? He can't. Batfoy takes no L's, but this time it is to his detriment. Morelando is already ahead. Morelando gets the dirty Tetris. Morelando has tied the game 1-1. All right, I can hear the Morelando fan club in the background, repping their flair.
The bagpipes too. Down at the bottom, Peter with just under a Tetris lead.
Peter up 1-0 in this set, and oh no, I don't like the stack.
Ooh, that S piece.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you get a stack and it's developing, and you're like, please don't give me this one piece, because it's the one piece that my board can't handle neatly. And then sometimes RNG just gives it to you. You have to like actively think of these things whenever you're building. It's like, wait, if I get this piece, what am I going to do with it?
All right, and to his credits, like he didn't look at it and say like, oh, I'm going to try and salvage something that's unsalvageable. He just like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I need to burn. And he took the burn. That was the optimal move. It might not be like a great stack to result from it, but it was a great decision nonetheless. All right, a lot of Tetris is like in the moments. It's all about what you make out of your current situation. If it's bad, then you might be dealing with bad for a while, but you can make it better.
Big thing, especially with DAS, is you've got to be decisive. So all it takes is some indecisiveness, and you might, lose DAS or have an early shift. And then once that happens, the contour of your board, now you're having to readjust your entire game plan, because now you're focusing on dealing with a new set of problems.
All right, and speaking of problems, Batfoy had a bit of a situation earlier. He got out of it lickety-split.
Matt now has taken a slight lead, a couple thousand points.
And the line advantage, that's effectively a Tetris. Yeah, up at the top, Morelando was leading for a little bit. Batfoy brought it all the way back, and now Batfoy has a slight advantage, really. There's no way to see who is in the lead right now. We'll have to wait for a substantial mistakes, but we might just be waiting and waiting and waiting, and then there's the end of the... Oh, oops. Bit of a misdrop. This is, as far as recovery situations go, they could be far worse. Look at that. Bing, bang, bong. He is out of it. And he can set up for extra credits. Will he choose to do so? He does not.
Batfoy also having to encounter a similar dig situation. You mentioned it earlier in one of the earlier matches we commentated today. When both players having to dig, sometimes it might actually just be because the piece sequence was that rough.
Could be. Could be indeed. And then it is all up to the players to sort of work with it. This is where the game tends to get the most random. But that doesn't mean that you can't do anything about it.
Batfoy could have potentially gone for the tuck there. Might have been the better resolution.
Oh.
But still was able to clean things up.
Beautiful.
And Morelando was unable to really score throughout the... Oh, missed a T-spin from Morelando.
Yeah. Has to be really careful. So now what he can do is he can try and get rid of this all the way up the top. He's going to choose to go for the Tetris. 2 more burns at minimum to remove all holes from the screen. But didn't get a piece to do so, so he's going to step up for 4. Now has the potential to build 1 off the bottom, also has the potential to build a center well. And it looks like he's going for 1 off the bottom, but right well. At the same time, small droughts doesn't seem to have affected him that much, did not affect Batfoy that much. Down at the bottom, we transition. We have pretty low transition scores, 480, 490 for Matt Martin, and 430 for Peter. Peter needing to deal with 2 divots on the board. And is now going to have to stack on top. Might go for the risk, but won't.
Currently, of course, Peter in the lead has taken game 1, so it's up to Matt Martin to tie this up. And Matt's going to actually commit to the triple. Does have the advantage in terms of points, up by just under 2.5 Tetrises.
Right.
And oh, what a rough T piece there. It's going to force more burns out of Matt.
I wonder if the deliberate triple from Matt was a tactical play, knowing if he knew what Peter's board looked like. But Peter is clean right now. Maybe as I say that, the pieces are all sorts of wrong.
Might be able to find... Oh, that's the thing. There's certain things like we as commentators, we see, and also, as players, but it's like, oh, they could have adjusted. Adjusting on 19 with DAS is difficult. And if you mess up the adjustment either with the execution because you reacted too late or your dash charge, it can be fatal in a lot of cases.
Right. That is the ultimate risk reward. And it's what I love the most about dash stacking. I think I thought it was simpler, but because you do technically have less adjustments to work with, but I think the mechanics to execute those adjustments. Bit of a situation for Peter. Out of it.
Nicely done. 497 for Peter, 560 for Matt. Another Tetris for Peter. Goes up to 527, so we're only separated by just over a Tetris. Matt Martin's gonna find a Tetris there and has the cleaner board.
Oh, Matt in the lead right now. This is the furthest game we've seen so far. And Peter still has to burn. He has to burn at least 2 more lines, gets those 2. And now he has to fill in the right side. He just 1 burn to do so, but Matt scored a Tetris in the meantime. Peter answering right back, but this lead is pretty substantial, especially as we approach the last 30 lines of this game. Kill screen is at 230 lines. Players need to get everything they can before the pieces just become impossibly fast.
And at this point, Tetrises are worth just north of 30,000. So in order to come back from this, Peter needs to somehow find now 4 Tetrises in order to take the lead. And that also relies on Matt Martin either topping out soon or not being able to utilize. Peter is stacking up. There's a couple, so hold on. It is now a 2 Tetris game. 737 and now 674.
Not free by any means. Matt looking to get 800 with the next. Could get 900 if he goes like literally perfect. I don't know if that's wise.
Might be tricky, especially now that we are running into a drought.
Oh, he stacks up, but he's clean.
Matt Martin.
But he's not Tetris ready.
Oh, nice survival from Peter, but this drought continues to be complicated. And 3 Tetrises are needed. But oh no, that might have been the dagger for Matt. So now Peter is going to have to set up for 1 in the 29 in order to make this comeback.
Morelando tops up at top. Looks to be at 148 lines, and Peter gets 1.
Wait, there's still
not that
no.
impossible. Oh, okay. That's pretty impossible now.
Matt Martin ties up the set 1-1, and Batfoy goes up to a 2-1 lead. 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Oh,
wow.
JP starts for everybody.
Very blue to start off
I've never
with.
seen that opener, the one that Batfoy did. I kind of like it. Cool.
You know, I think Batfoy is the reason why I started doing my Z to the right opener, because I seen it in one of his like old gameplays. And there's actually specifically one adjustment that I still do to this day whenever I broke down one of his matches from 2019. And every time I do that, I'm like, yeah, I learned this from Batfoy.
I learned this from Batfoy. Yeah. A lot of, it might seem kind of strange in a game where like every Tetris board like kind of looks the same to like somebody who hasn't really gotten into the game the way that we have, but so many of these types of moves, there are common patterns that we group together and we name them after people who created them, after like concepts that they resemble, after like stores names people misremember.
I mean, my move is just me double flipping a T on accident, both in my quals and just randomly on stream.
I
So-
still don't have an adjustment. I'm kind of sad about that.
You don't?
Not okay. There's one that I like to claim, but it is so absurdly rare. That it never comes up, so nobody knows it exists.
Of course, if you want to see some more action, CT2 for our other side of gold, and then CT3 and CT4, thus Classic Tetris 3 and 4 on Twitch to watch the silver bracket action.
As for the action we have right now, Morelando and Batfoy in lockstep, neck and neck, as they have been so many times. We have seen Batfoy pull ahead maybe a little bit more frequently over the course of this match, but Morelando is always there to pounce the slightest mistake. And the players will be making mistakes. We are human. It is only natural. But we can choose to minimize them as much as possible, and that is Classic Tetris.
Or not just minimize them as much as possible, but adapt to the mistakes that we do make.
Indeed.
Because it's going to happen. We're not Stack Rabbit. We're not going to have a perfect game in our matches. I have to specify in our matches because there have been perfect maxed out games from a couple of players.
But those games are like built upon imperfections of games past.
Exactly.
You can't like have a single game without acknowledging the history of all that came before it. Let's acknowledge that dig from Orlando. He was high up. He kept his composure. He did not make a single misdrop, and he got out of it.
Ooh, nice T adjustment to accommodate the L.
It was a bit of a pseudo adjustment, I think. He I think could have shifted it down a little more if he wanted to. Or maybe he just reacted like absurdly fast. Who knows?
Could be something. So one of the things that I do like to do is sometimes if there's a piece that I know I can adjust, I'll hover the adjustment, and depending on what piece is next, then I'll decide whether to commit to it or not. So it could have been one of those situations.
Right. But regardless, he found the better solution, and he could not have done that if he wasn't like looking at the next piece and reacting. Tetris, Classic Tetris is a game where you have to be thinking at every moment. All right, it's even when the piece is about to land and you have your move prepared, you need to like kind of study the board shape right now. Think about other possible continuation. Morelando waits for the J piece and now does hit a spin. And he did miss a T-spin in the previous game. So getting one there is a big confidence booster.
383 for Matt Martin, Peter at 322, Batfoy at 362, and Morelando at 325. So we got pretty good games all around.
Indeed. Yeah, we had a simultaneous start. And Morelando in a bit of a situation. Is he going to get the pieces in time? He does, and this route rages on. Batfoy is cleaned for the entire thing, but neither player able to take advantage of the next long bar. Batfoy had more material at the bottom, but the board was unbalanced and couldn't get a fill in time.
Man,
Look at Matt Martin.
I'm loving these stacks right now. Whoa, where did this lead come from Matt Martin? Up to a 100,000 point lead. And it felt like Peter's been playing clean this entire time. I swear I haven't seen like a massive dig or anything.
All right, Matt is just that guy. 470 at 102 lines. That he could take this out to a 600 and like kind of coast, have some fun along the way.
Depends, because that's how Peter was able to take game number 1. Matt Martin did top out earlier in the 19th phase, and Peter just completed a chase down.
We got about 20 lines left until transitions for all of our players. Top match, we have pretty close one. Bottom match. Bottom match is a little bit more lopsided, but it's not do or die for any of these players right yet. Even if they win this game, they'll still have to play at least one more. There is more Tetris to be played.
Well, it's kind of do or die for Morelando.
It is do or die for Morelando, but he's ahead.
We are closing in on that level 19 transition. One more Tetris can be afforded by Morelando, and finds it. 524 transition for Morelando. Batfoy is Tetris ready. That's a 522 transition for Batfoy. So we were separated by 2,000 points at transition then.
Oh, that is close.
Transition for Matt Martin, 580. Transition for Peter, 501. So all 500K transitions for all 4 players here.
Yeah, 500K is, I think, the tried and true barrier of like, yeah, that was okay. Morelando having to deal with this left side. Burns down.
It's not okay with those pieces. And
Not okay
that
with
didn't
that.
hurt anything. That caught him off guard.
He made it. Oh, this is getting so high.
These O pieces are so problematic, and nothing's burning.
I like
Actually,
this
an O
he plays
piece
all the
would
way
be
over.
perfect here. Oh,
Does he get the quick tap? Is it possible? No, he waits a little, gets the square piece, gets the fill.
this is tough. Oh, those miss drops are going to do Morelando in. Batboy's going to take game number 3.
He has our first Peter at the bottom, putting the square all the way to the left. You can see the remnants of that even now. And it was necessary because he had to keep his well open for the bar.
574 to now 657.
Matt's just such a lead. This is max out pace. But maxed outs aren't the objective so much as wins over your opponents who can handle the piece sequence better. Peter
small
is
miss
getting
shot.
really high up.
Once again, it's just these O pieces that are coming during these droughts.
And he's able to just barely survive, but not at the cost of whatever this is happening now. Both players low on the ground. The lead has stabilized somewhat for Matt's. I'd say it's not as bad as it was before.
Yeah, Peter's been able to close the gap. And ooh, this is a bit tricky. Oh, Matt couldn't utilize that long bar for a Tetris.
All right.
That's a potential gap closer for Peter.
Right, and he's not getting Tetris ready. He has to burn.
Okay, finally gets the T-piece, but now Peter is also Tetris ready. Couple of misdrops. A quick tuck to try and help mitigate it, but this drought could be dangerous for Peter as well.
Oh, and you can see Matt's chest rise right there.
Oh, nice job over there for Peter.
Sank.
Keeping things alive.
Are both of them gonna get out?
Peter gets out, Tetris ready, looking for the long bar. Gets it a tad bit too late.
Oh!
And another missed shot for Peter.
This is so high, but still maybe survivable. Gets the square over, that's correct.
But
he's
can't
gonna
quite
need
get
another
it over to the
square,
right.
it's impossible.
Peter tops out with 666,000. Matt Martin is good for game number 3. Really tough timing on the droughts there.
Right.
Because Peter actually downstacked that a lot more efficiently than Matt did and had a clean board. If the eyepiece would have came, we could have been still looking at the game continuing and be talking about a different story.
Exactly, yeah. The RNG can be so cruel. Both players, so we're going to count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! All right. Stacks immediately diverge. I like what Peter did a little bit more.
But the pieces worked out in Matt's favor with the way that Peter decided to go for more of that verticality.
He was, yeah, kind of Sidnev stacking right there, and looks to maybe have cost him a bit of efficiency early on. Matt Martin has not burned. And now he has, now he has a Tetris advantage. Yeah, and this is maybe like one of those examples where playing safe is not the correct play here. I think Peter was really trying to get the left up to be a bit safer, but the consequence of that is that you lose on efficiency, and level 18 is where you have the ability to go so perfect.
Yeah, because level 18, especially in DAS games, it's a huge, I mean, it is half the game, basically. And if you allow your opponent to build up a lead of, say, 100,000 going into transition, not only is that a lot of points that you're having to try and make up, but you're having to make it up on a faster speed, where now you might be forced to go a little bit more aggressive and out of your comfort zone in order to accommodate with the score differential that is between you and your opponent.
Right. We have a 2 Tetris lead on the side of Matt Martin. Peter can make that up with 1 Tetris, but he's going to use all of his excess lines to tidy up the stack, do some housekeeping. Sweep under the rugs.
Whatever reason, I thought you were about to say sweep the leg. I was like...
Oh, I thought of that too, actually. Sweep the leg. Have you watched any of the new ones?
I have not. I think the last one I watched was the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith.
The what?
Karate Kid with Jaden Smith.
Oh, yeah, that would be the same for me, too. I've watched clips of Cobra Kai, and that show makes no sense to me. It is maybe the closest thing to, like, a live-action American shonen that, like, I can think of.
Speaking of live action, we got a live action dig over here from Matt Martin, looking for an L or an I piece. And
speaking of, oh no,
this is tricky. Oh, that is a massive hangover there for Peter, and that right side is inaccessible. That's going to be a top out. Peter is done at 137. Matt Martin advances.
Matt Martin advances. And once again, bad sequence for both players. Similar situations, but one was able to weather it and survive and keep it low. And that was what decided.
We saw it as soon as like a certain sequence came with the way both of the board states. We both were like, oh no. We knew it was going to be tough, but
yeah,
you have to deal with that.